Hey, Nita, I wanted to let you know that I did set up a YouTube channel and I'm going to be putting recordings of everyday's yoga class on it.
Wow, great
that's so
news.
nice.
Sure.
Great news.
Good. And Linda is going to send out the link to everybody so you have it.
Super.
Excellent. Thank you so
You're
much.
keeping us very healthy.
Great. I'm very glad.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah,
Thanks.
we can do on the weekends also.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Because I miss so many classes.
I know, it's hard, right?
It is hard, yeah.
And like you have young kids at home, right? Like
No, not the young kids, but I do have to go to work that time.
yeah. I know with
But-
my daughter that she's like pulling me in every once in a while, like asking for tech help.
Oh, for you, yes, yeah. She's little,
Yeah.
definitely. All right.
Okay, I will get started since it's 12 o'clock. Oh, let me turn the lights on in here. I think it's easier for you guys to see. There. Okay. So I'll meet you in your easy seat, Sukhasana. Right leg is in front of your left. Sitting tall, close your eyes and relax your shoulders. Place one hand on your chest and let the other hand rest on the abdomen. And just coming inward, focus on your breath. Just being a witness to it, not changing it, but noticing how the inhalation creates the lift and fall of the chest. And the inhalation allows for the belly to expand. And with the exhalation, the belly deflates away from the hand. Lower your hands to the knees. The palms are turned down. Inhale, and as you exhale, go ahead and open the eyes, hinging forward from the hips. Walk your hands up, let the head hang. Inhale, lifting the head, lifting the chest. Let's sit tall, and we'll reach our right arm overhead, looking upward to the ceiling, looking up to your right. Inhale, center. Exhale, let's twist to our right, left hand to the outside of the knee. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist from the waist. Push off the back hand, come to center, and left arm will reach overhead. Remember to look upward to your left and reach out through the fingertips of your left hand. Inhale, center. Exhale, turning to the left, right hand to the outside of the left knee. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist from the waist. Push off the back hand, come to your center and bring your opposite leg in front. Close your eyes with me and place the fingertips on the floor behind you. Make sure your fingertips are turned away from the hips. Roll your shoulders back. And if you'd like, you can push your entire palm to the floor as well. Starting to use the Ujjayi breath. Breathe slowly, deeply, in and out through the nose. Long inhalations, even longer exhalations. Remember, for the Ujjayi breath, it creates kind of like the sound of the ocean, maybe like if you're sighing almost. One last breath. When the exhalation's finished, open your eyes and take your arms out to the sides. Slide your right hand out first. Stretch your left arm overhead and gaze upward to the ceiling. Keep your left sit bone glued to the floor. And coming out of the posture, press through the bottom hand. Slide the left hand out. Reach over with the right arm. So you still want to reach out through the fingertips. Push off the lower hand, come to center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands in front of heart center. And continue at your own pace. Let the breath set the rhythm of the movement. The inhalation lifts the arms and the exhalation lowers the hands. And feel free to close your eyes and focus solely on the pose. Continuing to control your breath. This will be the last rotation. When the exhale is finished and the hands are in front of heart center, lower them onto the knees so your palms are turned down. Inhale, and as you exhale back out through the nostrils, open the eyes if they're closed, hinge forward from the hips, walk the hands out, and let your head hang. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest, and we'll sit tall. Coming onto all fours, we're going to position the wrists under the shoulders, and the knees are hip width apart. Starting with your right leg, reach back into the ball of the right foot. As you inhale, bring the right heel in line with the hip and extend your left arm out in front. Option to bend the right knee and hold on to the right ankle with your left hand. Continue to use your Ujjayi breath. Exhale, return your hand and knee to the floor. Reach back through the left leg and push into the ball of the left foot. Inhale as you guide the heel in line with the hip and extend your right arm out in front. To move further into the pose, the option is to bend the left knee and hold on to the left ankle with your right hand. Exhale, hand and knee come onto the mat. And you're going to drop your sit bones onto the heels and rest in your first child's pose of the class, Balasana. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest. Coming to all fours, separate your knees hip width apart. And we'll do our cat-cows next. With the inhalation, lift the chest, gazing up. Point the tailbone up to the ceiling and push the belly button to the floor. Use the exhalation to curl the tailbone under, rounding the back, and pulling the chin to the chest. Continue at your own pace. The breath controls the movement. The breath initiates and ends each motion. You create the hissing or humming sound of the Ujjayi breath by sipping and squeezing the air down the windpipe. This is your last cat-cow. When your exhalation is complete, return your spine into a neutral position. And at any point that you're ready, you can sit back in child's pose. Sit bones resting on the heels, arms out in front, forehead on the floor, or your stacked fists. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest. Let's come to all fours. Separate the knees hip width apart. Curl the toes under, lift the hips, bring the weight back to the heels. This is downward facing dog. Look at your toes, press the chest towards your knees. Bend your knees, look forward in between the thumbs. Walk or step your feet forward. Bend both knees. Inhale, raise your arms up, lift the chest. Exhale, reach back. Inhale, center. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips for Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthening the spine, looking out in front. We'll use the exhalation to fold in half, bending the knees, palms on the ground as you step to plank. Exhale to chaturanga. Elbows are turned to the hips. Inhale, lift the heart and chest. This is upward facing dog. And we're going to bend our elbows, push away from the floor, curling the toes under. Downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look in between the thumbs and walk or step the feet forward. Bending the knees again. Inhale, arms up, lift the chest. Exhale for Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale, center, and exhale, standing forward bend. Inhale, lengthening the spine, looking out in front. Exhale, fold in half. Bend the knees, palms on the ground. Step to your plank. Exhale, chaturanga, upper arms squeezing the sides of the torso. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Sivanasana, pressing into the tops of the feet. Bend the elbows, push off the ground, curling the toes under. Downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look in between the thumbs. Walk or step the feet forward. Bend the knees again. Inhale, arms up, lift the chest. And exhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale, center. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine, looking out in front, half standing forward bend. Exhale, fold in half. Our knees are bent. Palm the mat as you step into a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Keep using the Ujjayi breath here. We're going to go into a runner's lunge next. So bend your knees and step or place the right foot in between the hands. Stay on the ball of the left foot. Inhale, arms up, chest lifts. Make sure you can see your right big toe. If not, inch it forward a bit. Exhale, we're going to hinge forward from the hips. Step to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look in between the thumbs, and we're gonna go to a runner's lunge on the left side. So your left foot is in front, arms overhead again, and you're pushing into the ball of the back right foot. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips, coming to our plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Remember to continue with your Ujjayi breath. Bend the knees, walk or step the feet forward. Bend the knees again, protecting the back as you inhale the arms up. And exhale to Urdhva Hastasana. Final sun salutation. Exhale into standing forward bend. Inhale, lengthen the spine, looking out in front. Exhale, fold in half. Knees are bent, palms on the mat. Step to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, looking in between the thumbs again. Walk or step your feet forward. Bend the knees. Inhale, arms up, lift the chest. And exhale for Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands in front of heart center. Standing at the short edge of the mat in front. Bring the feet as close together as you can get them, toes, ankles touching. Excuse me. Bend the knees and drop the feet. Pull your navel in and up. Slight tuck to the tailbone. Exhale, drop the seat. Triangle pose. Right foot's in front, step back to your left. So this is triangle or Trikonasana. Reach the arms out. Push your left hip back so the right side of the body is in line with the right knee. Gaze upward to the raised left thumb. You have the option to bind the raised arm behind the back. So your left hand is reaching for the right inner thigh. Remember, that's optional. You can keep the arm extended in the air if you prefer. We're going to release our arm as we gaze down at the right big toe, bend the right knee, and then step into Tadasana or mountain pose. Inhale, arms up, lift the chest, and exhale to Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale, center. Exhale for chair, Utkatasana. Pull your navel in and up so you have a slight tuck to the tailbone. Exhale, drop the seat again. Continue to use the Ujjayi breath. Triangle or Trikonasana. You have your left foot in front this time and step back onto your right. Straighten your left leg and extend your arms out. Push the right hip over. And now the left shoulder is tracking in line with the left knee. Option to bind the raised right arm behind the back. Looking down at the front big toe, bend the left knee. You can release the arms and step to Tadasana. Inhale, arms up, lift the chest. Exhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale, center. Exhale. We're going to return to Utkatasana, our chair pose. So one more time, pull the navel in and up, tuck the tailbone under. That's called Uddiyana Bandha. It's an energy lock when you do this. You're pulling the navel up. Let's go to warrior two. Right foot's in front. Big step back to the left foot. You can widen your face if you'd like I just did. So turn your head, look forward over the middle finger of your right hand. Do your toe check again. Make sure you can see that right big toe. And be sure you're pressing into this back left foot. We're going to go to our extended side angle, Utthita Parsvakonasana. You rest your right forearm lightly on the front of the right thigh and extend your left arm out. Your gaze is turned upward. Back to your warrior two. Shoulders relaxed. Arms at the same height. Coming out of the posture, release the arms. You're going to turn your hips forward, and transition to Parsvottanasana. You've got a wide base here, so I'm gonna have you bend your right knee and step the back left foot forward. Continue with your Ujjayi breath. Coming out of the pose, bend the front right knee as you step your back left foot forward. Bend your knees again. Inhale, arms up, lift the chest. Exhale for Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale, center, and exhale into your chair again, or Utkatasana. And we'll use that same energy lock, Uddiyana Bandha, pull the navel in and up, slide tuck to the tailbone. Exhale as you lower your feet. Warrior two, Virabhadrasana two. Your left foot stays in front as you step back to your right foot. So notice right now I'm going to keep my shoulders stacked over my hips for warrior two. Don't reach forward yet. Drishti, your gaze is forward over the middle finger of your left hand. We'll transition to our extended side angle, Utthita Parsvottanasana. This left form is just here for balance. I'm not resting the weight of my torso on it. Reach out through the fingertips of the raised right arm. Back to your warrior two. And just like before, we'll transition to Parsvottanasana. You're going to release the arms, straighten the front leg, and bend the front left knee as you step the right foot forward, shortening your base. Your gaze is forward out over the front edge of your mat, the shortest edge. Bend the front left knee and step the back right foot forward. Bend both knees as you inhale to take your arms up, lift the chest, and then exhale, going to upward salute. Inhale, center, exhale, hands in front of heart center. Lower your arms and turn your palms outward. Okay, we're going to step to face the wide edge of the mat. Today, you'll turn your toes to the corner edges of the mat. Hands on hips, bend the knees, drop your seat. This is known as goddess pose. Your choice if you want to keep your hands on your hips or add the arms, kind of like goal pose. Just make sure the elbows are in line with the shoulders if you're doing the arms, palms turned out. Exhale, drop your seat. So our intention is to get the thighs parallel with the floor. Don't let the hips break parallel with your knees. Stand tall. Heel toe your feet together, or you can hop the feet together if you prefer, coming into Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, arms up, interlace the fingers, pointer fingers up. Exhale, tilt to the right, turn your head, look upward to your left. Press your left foot deeper into the ground. Inhale, center. Exhaling to the left, turning the head as you look upward to the right. You can push your right foot further into the floor. Remember, the arms are long here, and you're using the bottom left hand to pull on the top right hand. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands in front of heart center. Release the arms, palms turned outwards as you return to mountain pose. Moving to tree pose next. Bring the hands together in front of your heart center. Close your eyes. And if you want to reposition your feet here, go ahead and do that so you're in a comfortable standing position. Getting ready to go into tree pose, which is a balancing posture. Lengthen your spine. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Lift your toes, spread your toes wide into the mat, and press the four corners of your foot into the floor. So remember, by pushing the four corners of the foot to the floor, both sides of the ball of the foot and both sides of the heel of the foot, what we're trying to do is lift the inner arch of the foot. And of course, that'll give you support in the balancing posture. Inhale, exhale, open the eyes, stare at a fixed point. Keep your gaze on a non-moving object as you rest your right foot on your ankle, or you could have it on your lower leg or on the inner thigh. Remember that the foot is either above or below the side of the knee, not resting on the side of the knee. Option to reach your arms overhead. Lift from underneath the rib cage. Exhale, hands in front of heart center, knee back to the midline, and we're in mountain pose or Tadasana again, so the shoulders are relaxed, palms turned outward for an opening through your chest. Close the eyes, press the hands together in front of heart center. Standing tall, elongate the spine, long neck, shoulder blades sliding down the back. And we'll bring the focus to the base of the posture, our feet lifting the toes up, spreading them wide into the mat, pushing the four corners of your foot into the floor again. Inhale, and we'll exhale as we open our eyes, looking at a fixed point and placing the left foot this time either on the ankle, the side of the calf, or bringing it to the inner thigh. Keep pointing your left knee out to the left side. One way to do this is to bring this left heel forward. That'll help with the external rotation of your left hip. And leave it to you if you want to reach your arms overhead. Exhale, hands in front of heart center. Let's bring our knee to the midline, and we're going to return to Tadasana. Shoulders relaxed again. And for our next balancing pose, we're going to do Ardha Chandrasana. That's half moon pose. If you want to use a block for this posture, you can. If you have a free wall in your home that's easy for you to use, you could also use that as a prop. If you have, if you're using a wall, your entire back will be pressed against the wall. We'll start by separating our legs one leg's distance apart. Turn your feet to the right. So the right foot is parallel with the wide edge of the mat. Back left foot turned in. And bending the front knee. If you are using a block, the block goes forward and to the outside of the right foot. So bring your right hand onto the block or the ground. Your shoulder blades and the hips will be pressed evenly into the wall behind you if you are using one. So shoulders stacked on top of each other, hips stacked on top of each other, left arm reaching up for the ceiling. Coming out of the posture, release the raised arm, bend the right knee, drop the left foot to the mat, and stand tall again. This time our feet go to the left. So just like before, if you use the block, it goes forward of the front foot, so forward of your left foot and slightly to the side. We're going to bend our front left knee, bring the left hand onto the block or the floor, picking the right leg up, right arm reaching for the ceiling. Last breath. Then release the arm. We'll bend our front left knee as we set our right foot onto the floor and stand tall again. Heel toe your feet together. Let's step back to Tadasana, mountain pose. Your palms are turned outwards, shoulders relaxed again. So standing at the short edge of the mat with the hands on the hips, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, hinge forward from your hips. Inhale, lengthen the spine, looking out in front of you. Exhale, fold in half. Bend your knees so your palms are on the floor as you step to a plank. Modify the plank. Lower the knees, tops of the feet to the floor, and then drop the sit bones to the heels, coming into Balasana or Child's Pose. With your inhalation, lift the head, lift the chest. We'll come to all fours, and we're going to go to a plank pose from here. So curl the toes under and press the heels back. Your shoulders are over the wrists. Pigeon pose or Kapotasana is next. Bring your right knee in between the thumbs and extend your left leg a little bit further down the mat. Lifting the chest, gaze or drishti upward to the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Walk your hands out, rest the forehead on the floor. If you want to modify this position, you can stack one fist on top of the other to rest the forehead on the fist. Or if you want, you could even place a pillow or a bolster underneath your right hip. Especially if you find like you're rolling towards your right hip, try doing that. Keep the hips centered, press both hips evenly to the floor. Inhale, lift your head, lift the chest, and we're going to walk our hands back in. So returning to plank, curl the toes with the left foot under, slide the right leg back to meet it. Downward facing dog. Lift the hips, sink the heels to the ground. Okay, coming on to all fours. We're gonna move to plank again. So curl the toes under, press back through the heels. Kapotasana, pigeon, left side, left knee comes forward, reaching back with that right leg. So just inching your right leg down the mat, coming to the fingertips. Your right hip is turned towards the left knee. Inhale and exhale as you hinge forward from the hips. Walk the hands out, rest the forehead on the floor. And if anybody decided to use the bolster or the pillow under their hip for support, of course, you're going to just move it to the left side under your left hip. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest. Palming the mat again with the hands framing the left knee, return to plank. Curl the toes of the right foot under, left leg slides back to meet it. Lift the hips and bring the weight to the heels. We'll come to all fours. And this time we're going to go into a modified plank. All that means is you're shifting your hips forward so the shoulders are over the wrists. Point the elbows to the hips, lower the chest, slide the hands forward, elbows under shoulders. If your back says don't do this, please listen to it. In which case, I just want you to rest in what's called crocodile pose or Matasana with the legs separated, ankles resting on the floor, and one hand placed on top of the other with the forehead resting on the hands. If you are comfortable in Sphinx pose, that's elbows under shoulders, legs together. And you want to move deeper into the pose, you're welcome to press through the palms, lengthen the arms. And once again, if you feel discomfort in the back, drop the elbows to the floor or go into your crocodile pose. Chest is lifted. Drishti gaze is upward. And exhale, elbows to the floor. Point the elbows out to the sides. Place one hand on top of the other to rest the forehead on the hand. Lift the head. Take the arms alongside the torso. Turn your cheek to the right side as you stretch out one side of the neck. Turn your cheek to the opposite side, stretching out the other side of the neck. Come up onto the chin. The legs are together here. And we're going to do what's called half locust pose. So not lotus, but locust, like a grasshopper. You're going to reach back with the right leg, just inch it down the mat, don't lift it yet. Then with the inhalation, lift your right leg up off the mat. You're welcome to keep the chin on the ground or lift the chin and chest. Inhale, lift the right leg higher up off the floor. Control the breath. Make sure you're breathing slowly, deeply in and out through the nose. Another inhalation will lift the leg. Exhale, we'll lower our right leg, chin to the floor. And one more time, rest the cheek on one side. And then you can turn your head again, resting your cheek on the opposite side. You're just massaging the internal organs in the front of the body here. But just keeping in mind, this is a great posture to do if you're having any digestive issues. Very helpful. We're going to come back onto the chin. And then with the left leg, start to inch it down the mat like it's growing a little longer than your right. Inhale, left leg up off the floor. So each inhalation, you can lift the left leg higher. Your choice if you want to lift the chin and chest up off the ground. Inhale, lift the left leg. And exhale, left leg to the floor. Last time, we're going to turn our cheek to one side. And then turn your cheek to the opposite side. Coming back onto the chin, place the hands under the shoulders, push to all fours, and drop the sit bones to the heels, rest in Balasana, the child's pose. If you want to modify the posture today, you can stack one fist on top of the other to rest your forehead on. Otherwise, you are welcome to keep the arms extended out with me. Inhale, lifting the head, lifting the chest, coming to all fours, drop one hip to the ground, and come into bound ankle pose or Baddha Konasana. Holding onto either the ankles or the toes. Inhale as you lengthen through the spine, and exhale as you hinge from the hips. If it helps you focus, feel free to close your eyes. The focus is on your breath. As you inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, hinge from the hips with the intention of resting your belly button onto the toes. Continue to use your Ujjayi breath to relax into the posture. Relax your inner thigh muscles. Inhale, come to your center. Bring the knees together. Take one leg out, then the other. Roll your legs in and out from the hips, then let them rest. Let's face the short edge of the mat with the heels all the way at the front edge, the short edge of the mat. Slide your fingertips to the knees. Look down at the belly button. Roll to the elbows, the shoulder blades. Then let your head rest on the floor. Close your eyes. Walk your heels to your sit bones. Lower the small of the back onto the floor. And we're going to do Supta Baddha Konasana. That's your reclining bound angle pose. Press the soles of the feet together. Drop your knees out to opposite sides. Slide the arms away from the sides of the torso and rotate your palms upward to the ceiling. At this point, allow your breath to return to its natural breathing rate. Notice the texture and the quality of your breath. Is your breath flowing smoothly through the body? Is it jagged from maybe the previous postures that we've done? There's no need to judge it, just being a witness to it for the moment. If your eyes are closed, please open them. Bring your knees together. Position the arms alongside the torso so the palms are turned down. Lower the small of the back onto the ground again. Slide your left leg down the mat. Pull the right knee into the chest. Interlace the fingers over the front of the right shin and continue to pull the right knee closer and closer to the body. Press out through the heels. Release the hands. Return your right foot to the floor. Slide the right leg down the mat. Press out through both heels. Bring the left knee to the chest. Interlace the fingers over the front of the left shin. Continue to pull your left knee closer and closer to the body. Release the hands, lowering the left foot to the ground. Slide the leg all the way down the mat. Then roll your legs in and out from the hips. Walk your heels to your sit bones. With both feet flat on the floor, lower the small of the back to the floor again. Feel the support of the ground beneath you. Cross your right ankle over the left knee. Turn the right knee to the side and flex your left foot. Remember, this ankle stays straight. And what I mean by that is you don't want to sickle the right foot in like this. You want to keep the right ankle straight. That's just to protect your joints there. You don't want to overstretch the ligaments or the tendons. We're inhaling the left foot up off the floor. You can hold on to the right shin with both hands if you like, or you can thread the needle right arm in between the legs, interlacing the fingers behind the back of the left thigh is the second option. Or a third option would be to interlace the fingers over the front of the left shin. We're using our Ujjayi breath again, breathing slowly and deeply in and out through the nose. So you're controlling the breath, long inhalations Longer exhalations out through your nostrils. Each exhalation, continue to guide the legs closer towards the chest. Release your hands, return your foot to the floor. Uncross the legs. We're going to go to the left side, left ankle over the right knee. Left knee goes out to the side and you're flexing the left foot. Inhale the right foot up off the floor. Same options for the hands. You could hold onto the left shin with both hands. You could thread the needle left arm in between the legs, interlacing the fingers behind the back of the right thigh or over the front of the right shin. Become aware of the area that is tightest in this posture. For some of you, it might be the outside of the right hip, but wherever you're experiencing that tightness, inhale into it, visualize creating space, and use the exhalation to relax the muscles as you continue to guide your legs closer and closer to the body. Keep your neck long. Your chin is parallel to the floor. If you find that your chin points up like this, you can always put a pillow or a cushion under your head to keep the neck long and chin parallel. Release the hands, return your right foot to the ground. Uncross the legs, slide one leg down the mat, then the other. Roll the legs in and out from the hips, and then let them rest. We're moving to guided relaxation next. If you want to turn your lights out, now's the perfect time to do so. You can get a pillow for your head if you'd like. You can put a blanket over your body to keep the heat in. Then whenever you're ready, come onto your back, resting in Shavasana, corpse pose. For Shavasana, check your alignment. The legs are separated to form a letter V, heels at the opposite corner angles of the mat. Take the arms away from the sides of the torso. Turn your palms upward to the ceiling for an opening through your chest. Please stay reclined and comfortable on your back during the guided relaxation. If you want, you could always bend one knee with one foot on the floor for additional support in your lower back, or even bend both knees with both feet on the floor for additional support. Otherwise, please stay comfortable where you are in Shavasana, and I'll let you know when it's time to gently reawaken the body. Take a slow inhalation through your nose with a longer exhalation out through the nostrils. Let your awareness travel to the toes, wiggle your toes, then rest the feet. Move to the hands, wiggle your fingers, open wide through the palms, stretch all the way out through the fingertips. Curl your fingers in, make a gentle fist. Just squeeze the fist a few times and release, letting your hands open again, feeling the natural curl of the fingers with the hands at rest. During this guided relaxation, the mind stays alert and focused. For the moment, your intention is to focus just on relaxing the body. Bring the focus to the feet. Visualize the healing energy. Guide the energy into the big toes. Simply noticing the big toes. Move the healing energy to the second toe. Just noticing the second toe. Experiencing how this small part of the body feels in a single moment in time. Allow the energy at your own pace to travel into the next toe and the next until eventually it reaches the smallest toe. Notice the spaces in between each of the toes. Let the healing energy slide down the backs of the toes, till it wash through the soles of the feet. Allow the energy to massage the bottoms of the feet, rubbing away any cramping or fatigue that might exist in the foot. Feel the healing energy as it flows through the tops of the feet, into your ankles, guided up the fronts of the lower legs. Let it gently wrap around the sides of the lower legs and flow into the calf muscles and the backs of the lower legs. Just easing away any tension as it moves through the body. Guide the energy upward to the knees. Let it flow even higher, traveling into the fronts of your thighs. Let the healing energy flow through the quadriceps, the large muscle group in the fronts of your thighs. Consciously relax the quads. Feel them release and let go. Then move the healing energy around the sides of the thighs, letting it flow through the hamstrings and to the backs of the thighs. As the energy travels through the hamstrings, let any stress, any emotions, and any tension that has collected in the hamstrings start to ease away. Slowly guide the healing energy upward to your hips. Let the energy swirl around the outsides of the hips. Feel your hips begin to unwind and open. Move the energy upward to the abdominal cavity. Soften the belly. Feel this healing energy as it travels higher, flowing up to the center of the chest. Once the energy has reached the center of your chest, let it spread out across the chest like a pleasant sensation, reaching all the way out to the sides of the rib cage. Allow your chest to untighten. Move the energy upward to the tops of the shoulders. Relax your shoulders towards the floor. Move the healing energy from the tops of the shoulders upward into each side of the neck. Soften the throat. Relax your jawline. As you release the jaw, notice the space created between the upper and bottom row of teeth. Move the healing energy into the face. Feel it spread out across the face, moving all of your facial muscles out to the sides, releasing any lines or creases that exist in the face, and guide the energy into the scalp. As it washes throughout the scalp, consciously loosen the scalp, moving the energy slowly from the back of the scalp into the back of the neck. Pause for a moment as you become aware of the back of the neck. Visualize the small muscles in the back of the neck softening. Slowly guide the healing energy down the spine. Let it spiral in between the spaces of each of the vertebrae that make up your spine until eventually it reaches the base of the spine. Feel the energy as it radiates out from the center of the spine and flows across the middle of the back. Let it slide down into your lower back and guide the healing energy up across the shoulder blades. Feel the energy flowing freely throughout the entire back, deeply massaging all of the muscles of the back, seeking out any knots that might exist within the muscles of the back and rubbing those knots away. Guide the energy from the shoulder blades back to the tops of the shoulders. Once the energy is returned to the tops of the shoulders, let it flow into the upper arms, relaxing the muscles of the upper arms. Move the energy into the elbows. Notice the spaciousness within each elbow joint. Guide the energy through the forearms and into the wrist joints. Sense the spaciousness in each wrist joint. And finally, let the energy flow into each hand and collect in the center of the palms. Once you feel that you're holding this healing energy in both hands, send it out to the fingers. Begin to notice each finger individually. As you become aware of a single finger, give yourself a moment to notice the knuckle joint within the finger and sense the spaciousness within the knuckle joint of the individual finger. And once you've had a chance to connect with each finger individually, visualize the healing energy exiting out through the fingertips, taking away with it any toxins or impurities from the body, leaving your entire body cleansed and deeply relaxed, and your mind still aware, still awake. Just focus for a moment on a single point, which is your own relaxation. Take an active inhalation through your nose with a longer exhalation out through the nostrils. I invite you to gently reopen your eyes. Please stay comfortably reclined on your back. And we're going to take a moment to reawaken the body. You can start to wiggle the toes again, roll the ankles in and out. You can even roll the legs in and out from the hips if you prefer. And then just let the lower half of the body rest. Moving to the hands, wiggle your fingers again. And then let the hands rest. Walk the heels to the sit bones. With both feet flat on the floor, raise your right arm overhead. Let your right arm rest on the floor behind you. Roll to your right side. And please stay comfortably resting on your right side for a few natural breaths. And then pressing through the left palm, push yourself up into your easy seat. Notice Sukhasana, or you can do any comfortable cross-legged position that you prefer for meditation. I invite you to place the hands either palms turned down on the knees, or you can open your palms up to the ceiling in a receptive position. If you choose to add a mudra, press the index finger and thumb together. If you want, you could also form what's called a baker's bowl in the center of the lap. That's one hand inside the other, palms opened up to the ceiling, and your thumbs are touching. When you're ready, close your eyes. Bring your awareness to your third eye, located in between the eyebrows and slightly above. The third eye is an energy point, also known as the chakra. And during this brief 1-minute meditation, it's likely that your mind will wander to other thoughts. Once you realize that's happened, just gently return the focus to your Ajna chakra, the third eye, in between the eyebrows and slightly above. slowly returning your awareness back to the room. Take an active inhalation through your nose with a longer exhalation out through the nostrils. I invite you to gently reawaken, gently open the eyes as you gaze softly at the floor in front of you. And we'll end the class here, feeling in the benefits of today's postures and relaxation. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you guys for practicing with me. And tomorrow is Express Yoga from 11:15 to 11:45. Have a great rest of the day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.